The Bridge with Simone, Amelia
and Nate Wade.
What do you think about Arab women?
Oh, I have a question.
Here we go.
I'm asking for a friend. So can a brother like myself approach a young lady in a job like that and get her number?
Well, you can ask Frida.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
If you want to get shot.
I'm just saying, because, sometimes some of the brothers think they look cute and they're kind of scared because they like, oh, man,
That's
can
a
I
good question.
can I
That's a
holler at her? They
They do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they definitely do it. I mean,
I'm sure they do. I just have
you just
some
need a
friends
WRX or something. Do you know what I mean?
See? They ain't got no WRX.
Still to this day, that's the popular
They gonna
car.
invite her over for blunts and Netflix.
In Bankstown, Lakemba, you get more Ferraris and Lamborghinis in
Nowadays,
double
yeah, nowadays.
Yeah.
But that's a good question, though. You're saying if you see a beautiful woman, but she's wearing a hijab, like, would you be able to
Can you
approach
court her? Can you holler at her? Can you hey,
look,
what's up, boo?
on the woman.
I think you can, and I think this is a thing that we've got to stop saying, can we do that to a Muslim woman?
Yeah, because it's curious. Sometimes you're just curious and you just want to know.
But
like,
we're the same.
I want to try.
If you can,
just curiosity.
If you can pick up any chick, I'm sure you can pick up a Muslim woman. I mean, what's the difference?
If she finds you attractive, I guess what he's saying.
I guess people are just curious to like what would because
and it depends on the level of strictness or observance of the religion. Would you agree? Like in terms of the higher level of observance would be some women won't shake hands with another man.
Right.
Look,
really,
the worst thing that's going to happen is rejection. Like,
worst thing she's going to say is no.
Like any other woman.
Right. Yeah. Look, when I used to go on stage, when I first started and I went on stage, people wouldn't laugh. And they knew it was funny. It was funny, right? And some people would not laugh because they're like, shit, can we laugh at this? Are we supposed to laugh at that?
Yes.
How can a Muslim woman be funny? Like, I remember I did the Raw Comedy Festival, the Raw Comedy Competition, and Matt O'Kine saw me come out on stage. And apparently when he was watching, when I came out on stage, he said, there's no way this woman can be funny. She cannot be funny.
Yeah.
And I smashed it that night.
He said that to someone?
He said
that.
To
himself?
Well, then he came up to me and he told me. He said, man, I didn't think you could be funny.
Why not?
Because no one expects a Muslim woman to be funny.
Yeah, they think that's what I'm saying. They think it's all serious.
Yeah.
And it's all weird.
Isn't that horrible?
Straight down.
Isn't that horrible? Like,
yeah,
of
that's
course
what I'm saying.
there's going to be funny. There's going to be dry ones. There's going to be funny ones.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, like she said, there's being raw. Comedians like raw.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's things she can say that probably piss people off.
It is horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, look, he at the end of it, he goes, mate, you can be a comedian all over the world. He goes, you can own it. There's no one out there like you. Like, he was awesome. But unfortunately, they think that we can't ride bikes. They think that we can't speak. They think we can't all this stuff. And it's like, man, where have you been? Like, I've traveled the world. I've done heaps of shit.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like, where have you been? It's only a recent phenomenon for the most part that they think that. Because as we know, Muslim people have been in Australia since the 1800s. Yeah. Maybe even earlier. Yeah. So that's the frustrating part about it. It's like, are you just opening your eyes and seeing that we have a Muslim population here? They've been here. Living amongst us as Australians for a long time.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I never had any like racism except being a wog. Yeah. Which was nothing. You knew that you were a wog. But, like, no one ever said that I was a terrorist. No one ever, there was nothing. No one ever said you can't do this, you can't do that. It would never happen.
Comfortable.
In terms of, like, terminology, see how we say white people now? Whereas, and that's such an American influence because we wouldn't have called white Australians white people before. We would have said Aussies, right? Yeah. But we've adopted the terminology from the States. Yeah. And Nate and I always talk about, like, I always give, as a child of hip-hop, I always give credit to Black American people for so much, my whole career, basically. And I was saying that I would watch, like, Aziz Ansari or Hassan Minhaj, and I love the fact that they're proud to be brown. But we wouldn't have had that voice without Black American comedians. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, as trailblazers.
Yeah,
so who did you love? Like, who inspired you over the years in terms of
becoming a comedian?
Yeah, like who were you?
I was definitely influenced by Chris Rock, 100%. Like, I never knew I was going to be a comedian. It wasn't even planned. Yeah. So, but I watched comedy my whole life, and Eddie Murphy, of course, watching Raw and Delirious, they're your starting point. That's where you start. And then, I found Chris Rock and then other comedians. And I remember on, like, Comedy Central, there was, I can't remember which show I used to watch. All Jam something. I can't remember what it was.
BET Def Comedy Jam. What
Def
am I saying?
Comedy Jam.
Jam,
So
yeah.
I started to watch that and I got addicted and then I started buying
Classic.
them. But never, not once did I ever think I was going to be a comedian. It only happened I was doing this thing with for Today Tonight. We're taking Rachel Finch out for to show around the mosques. And anyway, the girl that I was with was she was not as funny as me.
Sorry to interrupt. Why did Rachel Finch need a tour of a mosque?
Because she wanted to be spend the day of a Muslim, see a day in the life of a Muslim. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so me being the person I couldn't be fucked. So we've got the producers. Anyway, we're leaving the cafe and I hold them back. I'm like, wait. And I go, yeah, everything's safe. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
And then
so you were making everyone laugh.
I'm making everyone laugh because I was like, this is fucking boring, right?
Yeah.
And then the girls that's with me is like, shut up. They're going to put this on TV and, and I'm like, fuck it. I don't care, So the producer said to me that after, he goes, man, you're so funny. You're going to be a comedian. He goes, and when you do, I'll become your agent. I go, really? He goes, yeah. So I went back to work and I said to my husband, see, another person has said I can be a comedian. I said, that's it. I'm going to be a comedian. So I went and booked this this thing that was happening, like a short course.
Yeah.
And I did it and that was it.